So hey guys, I have Bez Vise. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Bez Vise. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Vise,
tell me. So I know you. I really don't know your music, and I'm so sorry. I don't know your music. I know about you through my ex boyfriend. Just a long time ago, and I know about you, and I knew about. I think you were recording your girlfriend in his studio. At Tahra or something like that. It was your girlfriend, and I know that you were working.
So
you were working on her.
I was dating this girl. Her name is Atara.
Atara.
There is an H in there that's silent.
Okay, sorry.
And that was created for the sake of Google.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of Google, basically, so the artist can be very findable.
Okay, I just want to say I really don't like that name.
Okay, but it's fine.
I'm drinking wine too, so
okay. I'm having coffee, so that's awesome.
So then I probably will get like a lot of.
Nice.
I mean, if this video ever gets famous, I'll get a lot of hate mail from her fans, but that's okay.
So the point is this: that Atara, it's not so simple. It means something. It's the crown that's worn by the princes in the Jewish community.
Oh wow!
So and it means also an instrument of art, and there's a lot of meaning behind it. And it also means a small Indian village.
Okay.
So because she is part Indian and I'm part Jewish, it made sense.
I see.
So
it was like something special that you both created. So I apologize.
No, it's fine. But it's also named because some people know.
My opinion doesn't matter. It's just
but it's the best part about it is like it's just that was a sound. Like Atara is just the word,
Atara.
Right? Mm-hmm. And also the H. I know it throws people off, but it's also Griana with the H in there.
I know. Now it actually sounds better. Like now that I know it's not Atahra, but it's Atara. It's totally different.
Really, it's like Atari. If you're gonna people make fun of her. Like Atari, people say sometimes people say Atari, but it's really Atara, and it's fine. It worked out really good because she was, you basically create whatever name you create. It has to be Googleable.
Did she become successful, and did your project become successful?
I think she became successful in her realm of success. That she got signed as an artist to a label.
To which label?
It was through EM. It was bottom line was songwriting deal through EMI.
So did she get like money?
Yeah. It was a writer, producer,
awesome.
engineer. So that was good.
So I just want to tell you, I've been in music since I've never been successful. So total failure. So anyway, so good. Anyway,
but that's I think success in the eyes of the beholder.
Well, no, success is money. Come on.
No, but
success is money. Look, he's reading this book.
Yeah.
Rich Dad. Why are you reading this? This is all about money. Come
Rich
on.
Dad Poor Dad. Well, no, I don't want to be successful. I want to be wealthy now. There's a difference. So you could be successful or you could be wealthy. So I'm right now. I'm
but most people think about success. I mean,
you could be successful. You could be well known, but then you're not gonna have money. Let's say because you're expending a lot of money. You're expending the amount of money you're receiving. But right now I'm in a stage of my life where I just want to be wealthy and have a lot of passive income. So
you basically dig Marshall.
Marshall.
So you dig Ty Lopez and I don't even know what he sells. He's a total
Ty
artist.
Lopez. I absolutely bought one of his things.
You did?
Yeah. In fact, I've actually spent thousands of dollars on all gurus, and I even spend $1,000 an hour for my personal life coach.
Oh my God, what does he do?
I spend a crazy amount of money on education. I have many degrees, and I keep still studying from different people.
The only thing I could see Ty Lopez Lamborghinis and sexy.
So
models.
none of that is really his. He rents lots of that stuff, and that's a lot of his rentals and Airbnbs and stuff like that. That's really. No, so I wouldn't do that. See, I'm coming out with my own education. Well, I do own a school that's a legitimate school, so for me that's important.
You teach something my friend Natalia. She's taken Pro Tools courses with you, so that's totally different because she's actually it's a value. You create a value, and I know for her you created a lot of value because she's trying. So for her music is so complex. Whenever she works with producers, because she plays piano and she plays it really well. She graduated conservatory. She has PhD from Russian conservatory. Yeah. She plays really well. So for her, whenever she works with producers, they can't play as well as she does. They can't, so they simplify it, and she doesn't like it. So that's the main thing, because she wants to produce her own music, so she can leave the complexity.
Right.
Whatever.
I think you and Marshall are both right about this. Is that, and it's part of what I say. I say, let's develop you, let's grow you as an artist to a point where you're completely self-reliant. When you're kind of like, you don't need, you need people, but not really. Because like, look at Kanye West. He doesn't really need anybody. He kind of sits there and like, I work with other artists like on all kinds of levels. And it really comes down to just like sitting at these days it's really at your laptop and just like, you know, doing the laptop things that you do.
So what does success mean to you?
I think success means freedom.
Freedom is money.
Yeah, I think whatever that means to people. In my case, it's I think success means you wanting to do something and you're doing it and you're kind of getting positivity back.
I have to hide it from him.
Yeah,
sorry,
I got it. It's fine. Put it in the
fine. Go ahead, keep going.
You know, I think it's all about creating a mission that makes you happy, and then following that mission and getting positive feedback from people about your mission. And if there's a financial reward part of the mission that's built in, and if it's happening, that's of course part of the success. If your success was to save a human being and you want to be successful at it, and you save lives, then you're not going to get paid for it per se, but you're saving lives, and you may be spending money for it, right, to save people, and that's also success. Or you could be successful. You know, people want to say author, book author. So you know, obviously sales will help be successful.
Yes,
obviously, of course, money helps. Of course, we all try to get paid through passive income, so that it feels like you're successful, right?
So what does Lopez? What is he? So you took his course. What is it about?
I took lots of people courses. I mean, they all teach the same. At the end of the day, everyone teaches the same exact thing.
But what does he teach?
The course I took talked about, he basically summarized his favorite books that he studied from other people. He basically took like 67 great people.
Yeah.
And he
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
fine.
not cruel, but he has to.
Yeah.
Just.
And he summarized 67 awesome people. And he'll stop. It's awesome. And he summarized it, and he just said, hey, Warren Buffett, or whatever his name is, was like an investor, and he invested into this and this and this, and he's kind of showing you what he's doing, and it's hard to tell if Tai Lopez is actually doing anything. Like, if there's like, but I definitely feel like it's encouraging. I feel like every single person I study, all the books I read, is just encouraging to get enough strength and get enough professionalism and push yourself out there with that. I was never ready to be pushed out. I'm only ready now, like I'm in my mid 30s, and I'm finally ready to say, hey, I spent 15 years doing something. I spent over 15,000 hours doing something, and I'm comfortable with myself, and I'm comfortable where it. Yes, I think it's the comfort zone. I'm gonna say it's comfort zone. I wasn't comfortable before, and now I am.
So tell me about your school. So Pro Tools NYC. Did you come up with it by yourself? Did you did you create a website? How did you get clients? How did you
So I was an assistant to a very important, very big time music engineer producer.
Who?
His name is Steve Sola, the Mix King, and he produced and mixed pretty much every hip hop record there is, like that that we all know. And I worked with him for years, and at some point I got other gigs, where I had the privilege of being like the producer or the main engineer in the sound room, and I needed an assistant. And I did get an assistant, like an intern/assistant, and they didn't really know what's going on. And I thought it would be a good idea if they knew what I know. And I said, hey, why don't I show you what I know? And instead of just spending years them being my assistant learning, I created like a sort of educational plan, how to teach people Pro Tools, the stuff I know, the stuff I learned from Steve Soul and everybody else that I worked for other people as well. There's a bunch of people that I worked for. I remember even like with Sony, So when Sony Studios was still around in Manhattan, I used to work for them. I used to work in a lot of different places. So I learned a lot, and everything I learned. So I did not go to school for it. I just learned like hands-on in the studios, in big studios, being the little guy in the big studio, and becoming from little guy to medium guy, and then eventually I got a record deal in my own big studio, and I was at Soundtrack Studios, doing really big projects, $1 million rooms, big clients, labels, all
clients?
that. I'm gonna like not mention too many names. Like,
that's fine. That's fine.
for the clients, but we definitely hit like Billboard. We definitely had some success. I could say that one client, this guy is. He was known for this song called Numa Numa. It was Numa, yeah.
I know him.
Yeah, Dan Balan.
Dan Balan. Yeah, he's huge in Russia.
Yeah, exactly.
He's huge in Russia.
And it just happened
I love that song, by the way. I love that song. Yes. And I think it's a bunch of gibberish, right?
Yeah, it's like some bullshit, yeah. But it became famous. Rihanna picked it up, and it became like a huge hit with Rihanna.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, I know that song. I love that song.
So, and that guy became successful, and I worked with him.
But he wanted to make it in the U.S., and I know he was here.
He did. So my job...
He worked with some kind of Indian producer. I don't know, but he worked with somebody.
Right.
Did he pay like cash and everything?
Well, of course I get paid.
No, the Dan Balan, he has money.
Yeah, I got paid, to be precise. Yeah, I got paid in cash, yeah. But I got paid in cash from a lot of people.
So I just wanted, so Dan Balan, so I know he was trying to make it there, but like, since I'm Russian, and I watch, like, I love Russian music. I mean, I know, it's bizarre, but it's like, there's something about it, like, it's just like, I mean, I like there's a Russian singer that I like, he sings like a girl, but I grew up on him. His name is Vladimir Presnyakov. It's like, and he influenced my music, like even music that I did here. So anyway, so Dan Balan, I don't know if he moved to Russia, but he's so huge with the ladies, and he does like a lot of videos with Russian pop stars. Yes, he has a lot of videos there, and he's huge in Russia.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he moved there or.
I mean. I don't want to put him under the bus. But he was kind of he kind of had to go to Russia. It wasn't
He's
like
from
a
Romania.
Yeah, but he kind of had to leave the States. It wasn't like a choice. He kind of had to.
He overstayed.
Yeah, I don't know the I know the I'm not. I know the details, but I'm not going to discuss them.
Okay. So
he did steal my hard drive. So that cost me $10,000. That I could say on YouTube. Yeah. He did take just kind of took my hard drive with $10,000 of sessions on him, so I had to so that wasn't great. But he did pay me a lot of money. So at the same time, it's like I got famous kind of in my community because of him. So I do owe him that too. The projects we did were viewed in like tens and tens of millions on YouTube, and there was a lot of opened a lot of doors for me. So I was definitely happy with,
Did you work on that project Chica Bomb? Or something?
Yeah, I worked on some Chica Bomb stuff.
You did?
Yeah, absolutely. I worked on a song called Freedom. I worked with lots of songs on it. I actually worked on a lot of songs.
There's a famous Russian singer called Dima Bilan. Dan Balan. Dima Bilan. I'm like,
so even though I'm not per se, I wasn't born in Russia, but I have Russian roots, and my parents are Russian. So
they are Russian?
Well, yes, I want to say they're Russian.
But you were born in Latvia.
Yeah. So I was born in Eastern Europe, or Europe now. I don't know how come Eastern Europe became Europe, that particular country, but it's a whole other mess. Yeah. But the point is that I did travel a lot as a kid, but my parents, their roots are Russia, between Russia and Ukraine. Actually, there's like some territory.
So if I don't know Pro Tools, I Google, I put Pro Tools NYC, and your thing is going to be the first one will come up.
What happened was I was in New York City. I was using Pro Tools. Yeah. My assistant did not know how to use it well. I got frustrated, and I just said, I went to GoDaddy.com or whatever it was. It was it was a long time ago, right? GoDaddy was like, nobody knew about GoDaddy because I saw a Super Bowl game and said GoDaddy. And I typed GoDaddy, and I said Pro Tools because it's Pro Tools, and then I said NYC because I'm in NYC. And it was available, and I took it. I didn't think much about it.
That's like a really
it's so strange. I know. I didn't think nothing of it.
It's probably costs probably everybody wants.
It costs like thousands of dollars right now to if you want to purchase. That's from us, I guess. I don't know how much it costs. $10,000. I don't know. But the point is that it was just an accident. It was just not me thinking too much. It was a necessity. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I said, for $300, I will show you everything I know how to use Pro Tools. And I've worked with you know, like DMX. I've worked with like a bunch of other people. I worked with like
and so for $300,
Infamous Mob Deep, just like a bunch of people.
It's person to person, or was it a class, or how many classes? So for $300, so let's say at that time,
it was like a lot of stuff. You get like 4 2-hour classes or something like that, or it was like
personally.
Yeah, one-on-one.
One-on-one.
Yeah, one-on-one, personal, in the studio, like hands-on in my studio with me, excellent. Like going like hard, like learning everything you could possibly learn for like 8 hours for only $300, something like that. So meaning like, yeah, it's a good price. It was like, or maybe it was like 8 1-hour sessions. No, it wasn't. It was always like it was 4 2-hour, and I would recommend them come once a week. So you get a month of training that way, and you get homework and stuff like that. And what happened? People came to me with projects instead. Like artists came to me with like, hey, I have this song, will I mix it? Can you show me how to mix it and stuff like that? It wasn't like it was all over the place. It was just like one thing. Pro Tools NYC, you only get one course. Now it's like all these different courses, and it's more money now.
So now what is like? So let's say if I go on the website Pro Tools NYC, what is it like now? Are there classes like
so it's the
classes?
So the cool thing about it, what happened was the search engine is just killing it. Like the search engine, somehow we're just popping up when you type Pro Tools or Pro Tools class or course, we like come right where Avid is. Like we're right either above it or below it. We're getting like over 1,000 people a month new people looking at us. I'm gonna be probably putting in some sponsorships into it. So yeah, it just keeps growing, but it has been 10 years.
But still, it has been there for 10 years. That's a success story.
Yeah, so that's exciting. We just, as of this month, we raised the prices to $99 per 1-hour session. So now it's like it went up a lot in money wise. You can tell.
Are there is there again? It's in the studio. And
yes.
How many
so it's
teachers?
Always in the studio. We actually have professional music rooms that you go to that we own.
Okay.
And it's all like professionally treated.
And how many teachers?
There were a couple. There were a few. Yeah. Now there are 3 still. There's me. There is this girl Chia Minaya. She does video. We do video as well. Video courses. And then there is this guy Joe Sears. He's like a guru when it comes to certification. So we're just launching the new certification option. So you can become a Pro Tools expert certified by Avid for like $9,000. It's expensive, but we're trying to get loans for it. We're trying
certified,
to get. But it's like why go to college when you go here and then you get like a 15-hour job afterwards, you know.
Right.
Like being a professional, you know.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's like a full thing. It's like a lot of that certification option.
So where are your parents on a personal note?
Oh no, they live in Mill Basin. They have a house.
Where's Mill Basin?
That's where is Mill Basin? There is Brooklyn. Brooklyn has the beach at Coney Island. Then there is something next to the left of it is Brighton Beach.
Yeah, I know Brighton Island.
To the left of it is Manhattan Beach.
Yeah.
And to the left of it is the Bergen Beach, Mill Basin Beach area.
Oh, so they're here.
Yes. So
cool.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah.
Okay.
And I actually have a little apartment there too, which is exciting. I'm actually gonna see them tonight for dinner.
Oh, very, very nice. So tell me about this book. So what you're reading? So
this was random. This is random as fuck.
Do you enjoy it?
This is very random, guys. I actually love it. So Rich Dad Poor Dad guy.
This is a huge book in Russia too.
Robert Kiyosaki, whatever his name is. Dope. I bought it by accident. I actually bought another book called The Rock. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, was reading a book called How to Speak Money. So I bought that book.
He wrote the book?
No, he was reading it.
Okay.
And I saw him read it, and I was like, I'm gonna, because I hustle a lot, I'm in a lot of places, so I saw him with the book. I was like, okay. And I got that book, and I was reading this great book, How to Speak Money, fantastic book. But then, I don't know, somehow this book came up. I don't know how. And I just bought it too. And
so what is it about?
I'm almost done. I finished it in like 2 days.
But what is it about? Like, flipping houses? Or?
Yeah, so it's about being... So we're like... It's actually incredible. So I spent like 15 years of my life from like 19 to 34 on sound and music and art and education in that field and colleges and teaching and being taught. and doing it and producing, traveling the entire world, living in France. I lived all over the world.
You did?
Yeah, working with all kinds of people, producers, artists, record labels, just everybody. I did so much shit. I ran a record label too. 2 record labels, actually. So, you know, but I've never, is it still working?
Yeah, it's still going, yeah.
I've never focused on actually making money. My brain was always occupied with me doing things and making money for the things that I do. This guy's saying, why don't we employ money to make money instead of, let's not spend our time making money, not for our work. Let's just have money and use that money to make more money. So therefore we have time to do other things. So I'm very much into that, and I was also working on a podcast called Masters of Scale, and I was a consultant for that project. I'm actually a consultant for like tons of different projects like that. I just kind of come in and, you know, sit right here like this with you, and you're like, I want to do something. And I'm like, I got you. You know, that kind of thing.
And you get paid for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big bucks. So
Big bucks, okay.
Well, so I worked on like Love and Hip Hop, the TV show.
You did?
Yeah. I worked all sound consulting, consultation. I worked on Masters of Scale is huge. It's probably #1 podcast right now. It teaches about like how to scale, how to, instead of working per hour, how to just grow, you know, so that basically grow your business. So how do you become you, but only a business version of you? So that's very important for me. So that's what I'm trying. This is my goal right now, is with Pro Tools NYC. Okay, I can only charge so much money per hour, right? So therefore I must create ways where it's just, no matter what, money is coming in. So I've been spending some time learning that and executing it.
Yeah, so it's like maybe like online, like school. Or
Absolutely,
like
it's like selling courses online.
Yeah.
It's having
like,
others teach
Ty
for
Lopez.
you. That's right. It's
yeah.
Ty Lopez is probably like, he's a good example, but there's like others out there
but
who
he has
are
like videos that you have to purchase.
So much better. Like, if I was just to search my phone real quick, I can like tell you about some better people than Ty Lopez.
Like why can't Tony Robbins? Gary Vee.
Yeah, Gary.
How do you know Gary Vee?
Because of Robert Rosenblatt. Because of my manager, friend, financial advisor, guru guy in the entertainment industry who represents so many people. They used to be friends. They used to know each other. And also there was a project I was working with this.
I like Gary Vee.
Me too. I like Gary. Too. There was a project I was working with this girl on comedy, on her becoming a famous comedian. And she chose the route of becoming a director-writer instead, like a writer-producer instead. But we hired Gary for a little bit, and it was very expensive.
You can hire him?
Yeah, you can hire his team.
How much does he cost?
$30K a month. His team.
For a month.
His team is
but
30.
So basically,
he would be like sort of like on call with you, making sure shit is getting down, like everything's dope. But you're really working with his team. But he
helps you like social media. He can make you famous and everything.
Absolutely, you could become successful. You can become very famous
on the internet
with just knowing like life.
You know,
but, I mean,
yeah.
But like, but $30,000 a month, you could probably do a lot with that on your own too. Like you could probably become successful spending $30,000 a month on marketing.
Knowing where to spend, like how to spend. You
know, like maybe I know. Maybe I've just been doing so long. Like,
I don't.
There's this guy Ramit Sethi. I think that's how he's got a couple of excellent courses.
I'll check it out.
It's called 0 to Launch is a good course, stuff like that. So this is much better. I think his book is called I Will Teach You to Be Rich or something. I will teach you to be rich or something like that. So. But
I just want to tell you something. Like, so if all these people are teaching you how to be rich, all of these people are rich. Ty Lopez is rich.
No, we believe so. We don't know.
We don't know.
But we believe so. He must. I did some calculations. I mean, if he's selling his course for look. Even if he gets paid very little money, let's say he gets paid $30 per sale.
I think it's $49 or something.
Yeah, let's just pretend it's 30 because he has to pay other people and stuff. 30 But like 100,000 people bought that shit most likely. You know what I mean? So 30 times, you know, if you take 30 and you times it like 100,000, you're getting 3 million just from that. I'm sure he reached that. I'm sure he reached that number.
He has money, yeah.
With 30, you know, I'm sure
so I just like so many people like teaching you how to be wealthy. I mean, there's another guy like he's teaching you like, you know, I get commercials all the time on YouTube where they're like, you know, this is my house. Let me show you my crib.
I think that's wrong. So I think that's most like, and then Ty Lopez got caught for that, but he never denies it. He does say he rents Airbnb properties. But I mean, like, yes, but who does that? Nobody like is gonna have money and then rent Airbnb property.
Yeah. He's like, this is
like,
my house.
I work actually. I'm a real estate agent.
This is my house in Australia. This is my house.
Okay. But I work in real estate. I'm a real estate agent, so I know like you can get properties rentals. You don't need to do Airbnb if you have money. Like you can just do monthly rentals without Airbnb. Obviously.
So. This is my question. Like, if everybody becomes
show
rich,
business
then
involved.
How come so many people are learning like wealth, but not so many? Like most of people are, it's only 1% very wealthy people.
Yes.
And there's middle class.
Thank God I know that percent.
Huh?
Thank God I know that percent. Thank God I have access to some of those people. But you are what you say you are. So if you say, hey, I'm wealthy, I'm going to teach you how to be wealthy, most likely you're going to be wealthy. I smile.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, do you know what you're doing?
Basically what you're saying, that the tree falls in the forest even if nobody... No, you're saying that the tree doesn't fall if nobody hears it. Like you're saying, if you say... I am saying that there's objective truth, objective truth, like
in the eye of the beholder.
No. There's also
yes,
truth.
Absolutely, 100%. I will argue with this,
really?
And I will show you that you might be wrong and I'm right.
Really?
Well, because 2 + 2 is only 4 because we say so. It's not actually 4. It's just because we perceive it to be 4.
Mm-hmm. So how much is to? I mean,
it's just that we perceive that if you take 4 objects, it is 4 objects.
Mm-hmm.
But if fundamentally we thought that's 4 objects plus objects you don't see, like a 0 object is there, maybe it's 5, but we don't know. It's a whole other thinking. It's a little out there. But it's just out there. We're just not considering 0 an object, but some people could say 0 is also a thing. Mm-hmm. I'm just going totally random here at this, but I'm just saying that there's absolutely, you're right. There's like, if it's, it's truth, like it's I think it's perception. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes it could be cold outside. Mm-hmm. And if you're so inspired and you're like in a good mood, you might come out for a jog and not wear much clothes, and it's like 40 degrees and you're wearing like a tank top and shorts, and you're running and everyone's like really cold and it's like snowing and raining and everyone's like and you're just like running like I'm feeling warm. And it's just my perception on that. And of course you get sick the next day and blah blah blah, but then you're like, I'm not sick, I'm just whatever. Mm-hmm. But the point is that I'm just saying that I think there comes a point in your life when you tell yourself, I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, my favorite movie, The Network. I
haven't seen that movie.
It's one of the best movies ever. I am angry. What is it? I can't remember the quote, but it's like, I can't take it anymore. I'm mad as hell. And I can't take it anymore. Yeah, I think that's what he said. He's like, I'm angry, I'm mad as hell, and I can't take it anymore. It's the same thing. It's like you're so passionate at some point, and you know what you're doing to a point where you just can't take it anymore. You want to just go and do stuff. So that stuff could be actually like doing the thing that you're doing, or showing others how to do it, being surrounded by the thing that you love. But you're so into the thing to a point where you just like have to do it on some level. And for some people are obsessed with helping others. But helping others is also, they are delivering their message to others, and that's kind of selfish. Like Gary Vee, another Ty Lopez, they're selfish, and it's the good selfish, not the bad. The arrogance, the good selfish is they love themselves so much that they want to kind of like, it's hard to explain, but they think they're so cool that awesomeness has to radiate for the whole planet. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's to a point where you can't take it anymore. You're like, I am so full of energy that my body can't take it. I have to fucking radiate it. I have to like let everybody feel my energy because I can no longer sustain this energy that I have. This thing that I just know or possess or want to share. Some people possess it, some people don't. Some people I'm like totally falling off like this thing.
You could just take it. No, I wanted to make you feel comfortable.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do like this. This feels good.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like a star, like an artist. Like I'm gonna draw a finger. And
so I want to tell you. So like I want to tell you something about artists. So in my experience, and I'm gonna say something. This is. All artists are very selfish. It bothers me. I'll tell you this because to a point, and I've done like a lot of open mics in New York, and we're all friends, we'll hang out, and everybody like singer-songwriters. But then somebody would get their song in a movie, and they would never tell you how they did it. It's kind of like everybody's kind of like isolate, like, oh, I'm becoming successful. I'm not gonna call my connection and tell you, oh, by the way, there's another person. Like, it's very like, I don't know. That's just my experience, and like, I mean, my daughter's dad, like, he is an artist. I mean, he wants to be a musician. He wanted to be a musician. And I'll tell you this, like, my daughter was planned, but after she was born, he was upset that he had to work. He was very mad at me. He's like, I hate my job. I don't want to work. I was created for more than this. I'm so I'm genius. Like, I mean, he didn't, but
Kanye West.
He didn't say that, but that's like not maybe verbatim. Like, but I know he's like, he was so resentful. He's like, I have to work, and I'm so talented. I'm wasting my talents on because he was working in a bakery and stuff like that because he's music. And then he kept working on his music, and he kept fantasizing that once he releases the song, that it's going to be #1 song, and that he wouldn't release any song on YouTube because the fantasy, like, because of he's like, no, it's not good enough. I'm not gonna release it. I'm just gonna, and this kind of like selfishness. I don't know if I'm an artist because, like, when my daughter was born, I gave up everything and I just went to work. So that I don't know if that makes me.
I think if you aren't okay, so.
And I'll tell you this, my friend Natashinka. Like, I barely see her because.
I didn't even know you guys are friends.
No, we are friends. She's so a very nice girl. Like, I love her. Yeah. But I tell you this, Natashinka. I have to practice for my concert. I have to practice. I have to practice. I have to work. And I'll tell you this, and I'm not saying that my mom was an opera singer. Cool. I was not #1 in her life. It was like opera, career, singing. Yeah. My dad, he was a rock musician from Ukraine, and he left my mom because he told her, now that you have a baby, he's like, I'm in my path to becoming a rock star, and you guys are obstacles. So he left my mom. And I'm just saying, and this is what I've seen in my life, and I don't know if that's the part about artists I don't like.
Right.
I don't know if that's this kind of like, I'm special.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I don't know if that's, do you think that's every artist? I mean, I don't know if other like artists that like also could be like really kind.
Yeah, I'm really a business person who masquerades themselves as an artist. I'm really not a true artist. I am an artist. I want to tell you, my dad. I'm talented.
I'll tell you this. My dad lives in Brooklyn.
Told me I'm talented, but
I want to tell you how selfish. My dad lives in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's married or not. He plays music all day long. He has a granddaughter. When I said, Dad, do you want to visit your granddaughter? He's like, I'm sorry, I need to practice. I don't have time.
Yeah, so
he hasn't seen his granddaughter. He hasn't seen me.
Wow.
He's like I need. And in fact, he also told me, he's like, I was like, Dad, do you have any friends? He's like, I don't have any friends. I'm alone. I said, well, how? He's like, well, I had one friend, but he calls me with his problems. He wants to talk on the phone. He's like, and I need to practice.
Well, that's a little psychotic, right? That's a little strange.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
But I don't think it's healthy. Like I don't
know artists. I mean, I know artists, but I know artists, of course, and but even the craziest artists who are successful and who are not, regardless that I know, they still take time out to hang out or
just be kind to their friends, be like give and like not just.
Actually, you know what? The more successful, some people are really busy. Actually, they don't really hang out so much.
But that's not just about hanging out. It's about like.
I know what you mean. It's like your family.
Your family. Like, it's about like it's about like let's say you're doing something and your friend needs help and like you will drop everything and right and.
But I mean, So I would be upset if I had a child at this moment right now. I would be kind of upset, but I also would be okay with it and I would figure it out. I wouldn't. You know what I mean?
I'm not together with my daughter's father because he. Okay. Yeah, like he just couldn't handle it. He's like I'm very talented. Like he felt like he was very talented, and in fact, if you Google him, there's nothing on the internet because he doesn't put it out because he's like I'm working on it. It's gonna be so great, and I just
I don't know about all
don't.
That. Yeah, I put stuff out. I don't care. Like.
Yeah, no, but it's like, but I think it's, you know what? I think he's afraid of failure. I think he's afraid of like if he puts it out and it doesn't become as big.
You know who afraid of failure? Losers.
So, but you know, I'm just saying,
I think but in honesty, winners love to fail.
Yeah.
People who win in life, people who win everywhere, they love to fail.
That's good because they're fearless.
The more you fail, the more you learn, the more you go back. That's how I've failed so many times. Out of my failures, I've succeeded a couple of times, and those successes were important to me. Like with the licensing company, I had a licensing company. I would have told you how to get your music.
I still have my music.
Yeah, we can still. Well, we shut down that company because we had a.
Do you have CD player? No, you don't have a CD.
No. I threw out thousands of CDs.
When my music came out, I printed out 1,000 copies, and I still have a 500.
That's right. I was one of the people.
And when I tried to give somebody, I remember like I was trying to give it. Yes, and when I was teaching piano, I was trying to give my student my CD. I was like, oh, here it is, and my student's like, look at this. I was like, I don't have it. I don't know where to play it. He's like, I don't have it. I was like, what is it?
Yeah, I literally don't have a way to play a CD or a DVD.
Yeah, so
and I'm like an industry professional.
So so like it's just so there's a part of me like I love artists because they're so smart, and my dad is such a smart person. He's a very interesting person. To be around. He has like interesting points of view.
Right.
He reads a lot. He can inspire you, but at the same time, the selfishness that bothers me, and like I said, I don't know if that's for every artist, but it's like this kind of I'm special, and I don't know if have you ever read Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky?
I read a lot of shit. Yeah, I've read it.
Yeah, so you remember like how he basically killed this lady.
He kills it with a hammer, like an axe or something.
But the reason why he killed her
was it financials, right?
Because he felt like he's a genius. He felt he's very talented, and he rationalized it to himself. He's like, she's very old. She's dying anyway.
Right.
She has a lot of money.
Right.
But I am destined to do great things, and I'm poor. And he's like, she's dying anyway. So he felt like it was fair.
Right.
To just, she's gonna die anyway. She's gonna have that money, and he's like, well, and I am a genius. I'm destined for great things, but I'm so poor, and I cannot do anything in life. So he's like. That's how he rationalized it to himself, and it's I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit. It does a little bit makes. I mean, it makes a little bit sense, right? Like because like he would get like opportunity, and everything, but we can't kill.
Yeah, no, I'm not even. Yeah, my take on all that is not even like that. My take is I'm very I want to say Buddhist or something, Zen when it comes to this stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Buddhist per se. I'm just saying this particular concept. I think I like to look at things like where I like to create an environment as an artist or as a person, as a human being. I like to create an environment that I'm happy with, and I invite everyone in the world to come in and join me in this environment. But that's about it. I'm not gonna force it on you. I'm not gonna push it on you. I'm here. I'm right here. I'm hanging out. It's really fun here. You should come join and hang out with me. But that's it. I don't think I should go to your house and like tell you, bring my shit. I don't want to come to your house, bring my cool environment to you and say, hey, I'm here now, and we might as well hang. It's like, so basically he should have given the grandma a choice to like him.
Die or not to die?
No, a choice to like him, talk to him. Maybe she'll leave
maybe
her,
she would have
her will or whatever.
I think she was kind of mean, right? I don't remember, but like I don't. Yes, I think he was. Yeah. So anyway, he's not his. She wasn't his grandma. She was
a grandma. She was an older woman.
Older woman. Yes,
right,
yes.
Who existed in his. Yes,
in his and I think she was
territory.
like yes. And so. Yeah. But that's, so this kind of like entitlement, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's, if you can escape it, or artist by nature is going to be focused on himself.
Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Kanye West did a lot of crazy shit.
Well, he's really out there.
Yeah, and I think it's cool as an artist. I think you have to be out there as an artist.
So
like,
when
artist is supposed to be so different than everybody else. True art, like a real true artist. Right. Like I said, if I was like a true artist, I would be pop. Even though I have art degrees and stuff like that, but like, I still every day get excited about running a business, about getting that money, blah blah blah.
But I'll tell you this, like I think I really like Bach. Johann Sebastian Bach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'll tell you this. So he was a very he worked in the church.
Yeah.
He wrote music for the church. He all day he wrote music. He had 20 kids. He had a wife.
20 kids?
His whole family was musical, and in fact,
we like to get down. I didn't know that about Bach.
For dinners,
player Bach. Look at him, he's major player Bach.
So for dinners, he would have like musical kind of evenings with his whole family, with his wife singing, and he lived like a kind of happy life because I think he was very. It was like a very like. Steady, he would like write music. He would be with his family, and they would like sing together, and it was just like a very, I don't know. I think it was like he was very prolific, and he created so much music, and I think he's one of the best composers in the world.
I love his stuff. I love his stuff.
Yeah, and he dedicated all his music to God. And he was very religious. Yes, so to God.
The dog agrees.
He was very, like he felt like very. Special about music, and they actually he was working in the church, but then the church didn't have any music, so he had to write constantly new music for the church for them to sing. So this is how he wrote all his music. It was just his job that he did every single day.
That's cool.
And I think he was a good dad because he taught his students, spent time with his kids. And like I said, he did everything together with the family, and I like that.
I like that too.
With the wife, his wife was a singer, and it's like just.
I guess that reminds me of like a Gary Vaynerchuk situation.
Where I don't know what's his situation.
He's a great guy. He's really.
What about his wife? Is she happy?
Yeah, he takes 180-day vacations where he spends 180 days with his family straight, without a break.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, worldwide. They travel worldwide and stuff like that, and then they spend time. And then the other 180 days he spends working. So he's basically at work all the time, and then he comes home sometime. Like he comes home at nighttime for just a little bit, and he goes fly. So, but that's because I'm actually like that. I'm kind of like that person. So every time I try to date, every time to have a real relationship, what happens? My business, my art, everything falls apart because I can't actually take. It's weird. Like I like to be all in.
I see.
Like if I'm trying to kill Pro Tools on NYC, I'm trying to kill it. So if I have to fly somewhere, if I have to do something, I'm gonna do. If I'm doing TV shows, talk shows, whatever, I have to produce shows. I will do what it takes. I will put my relationships on hold. I will be brutal, but I'll get the stuff done. Once it's done, once it's automated, once there's passive income, once it's all set up, then I'll go back and I'll have a decent, beautiful, normal relationship.
When was the last time you traveled?
I think I traveled 3 days ago.
Where?
I was in Caribbean Sea for a month, 2 weeks.
Really?
Maybe more
than 2 weeks. Vacation?
It was like a one-way ticket. We took a one-way ticket with my girlfriend.
How do you
We're in a break right now, I guess.
Okay, but how do you just one-way ticket and then?
Yes, I only do one-way tickets actually. It's my rules. I fly often. I fly very often.
But how do you get back though?
You buy them. You book them as when you decide. The day before, the day you decide.
Really?
You decide today I'm done, so I'll try to book
Really?
it. Yeah, same day or the next day. Yeah.
Did you book like a hotel in advance or?
A little bit, just a couple of days, just a couple of nights, and then you book things as you go because you don't know what to expect. Because if you go to a different destination, you don't really know the destination. I've never been to like a weird Caribbean island, like not weird, but like to me they're like new.
So you're not going on fancy vacations like in a fancy.
Well, okay, so I am like I like to backpack with a 5-star hotel in the back. I like to backpack, but I have like a 5-star hotel as an option. You know
okay, got you. Yeah. So you're not like you want to like play it like
I once slept outside in Barcelona like on a stone. You know, on the street, but I had a 4-star hotel across the street.
I have a friend who lives in, I think, Hawaii, and he's like homeless. I don't know. He has a job. No, I mean, he's not, he doesn't have a home, I think, by choice, because he's like, Hawaii is so nice, I could live outside.
Right. No, I know what you mean. I went for my friend's...
And he has a job.
I went for one of my very good friends' wedding to Aruba. And I took the girl I'm seeing, her name is Crystal. We went out to my friend, whose name is Roman, and it was fantastic. It was that wedding was a whole other thing, which I'm gonna talk about. That was a crazy wedding, but that was fun. It was really good, and then we did other things. We just went other places. You know, it was really good. When I travel, when you travel, you just go and travel and see things.
So thank you so much for coming to talk to me. But I guess when
let's focus, laser sharp focus.
Let's say in a year from now, right?
Yes.
Where do you see yourself?
In a year?
Yes. Where am I gonna see you in a year from now?
I know what you mean. I
like with Pro Tools, with music. I know that you write music, right?
Yes, of course.
All the songs. For
I still have royalties. I have royalties coming in every year.
All the songs for Atara, like, did you write those?
I co-wrote them. I co-wrote them. I co-wrote a lot of songs for other people. Actually, a big list of people.
How do I I would love to become like a writer for somebody. How do you do that? Is it like knowing people, or like how do you get to
get my record deal? To get my EMI, to get my publishing deal, whatever you call it, it took me like 10 years of hard work just to get the deal.
But
I got the deal and I didn't like the deal, so I kind of quit.
But let's say
I kind of quit. The minute I got the deal, I was like, oh, this is what you get. No.
But like when people write for Rihanna or like people, they just
I had a chance to write for Rihanna. I know we all wrote. Selena Gomez wrote for Hollywood Records, you know.
But they just call you.
A&R, you gotta know the A&R.
Or like Selena would say, I want this.
Yeah, you just submit. There's like a call sheet, there's like a sheet of submissions sheet, there's music.
It's real? Or it's just
no, it's real. But like Rihanna was like, Rihanna's people got 100 awesome writers. They all wrote 3 songs each. She got submitted 300 songs. Then she sat there in the studio, smoked weed, and chose 10.
So when I get messages through email like Music Cray and they're like, they're accepting, is that real? Or
you gotta get it through your contact at the label. Right now I have a bunch of contacts at different labels. So
that's bullshit, like their websites. Don't do that. You have to know somebody and...
Absolutely. Okay. The guy who A&Rs Selena Gomez, you gotta go to him. Or the guy who A&Rs, I don't even know who's popular right now.
Justin Bieber.
I don't know. I don't think he's popular anymore, right? He does his own adult. He does DJ Snake, right? He works with DJs, right? So you're not going to write for Justin, right? Because he works with all these DJs. I truly right now do not know who's out there who people write for. Back in the day, it was more popular. I think right now, I don't know who's just like... But I was a little bit out of because I'm so into right now Pro Tools NYC that I'm... And I spent just 2 years in fine arts school, learning about film and media and learning I just got my degree in the art world.
Where? What school?
Hunter
College?
Yeah.
I went to Hunter.
Yeah, it's a good school, and I'm applying for masters now and stuff like that. So
cool. Congratulations.
So I spent literally 2 years understanding what art is and stuff like that, and doing it.
That's excellent.
Through film and media, through technology, through all kinds of formats, not just paint. You know what I mean?
So in a year from now.
Yes, a year from now, I want Pro Tools NYC to be successful. As far as I want us to be the #1 platform. School, education platform, certification facility, for you to get jobs, online courses. Just if you type the word Pro Tools, I want to package myself around that word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know Avid makes it, and we show you how to use it.
As a writer, as a songwriter,
I don't know. There may be like a song I might do, like one for myself. I'm gonna come out as an artist.
So you write mostly like for shows now, like music for shows, or produce, or?
Yeah. So I wrote a song with a bunch of people that did hit Billboard and hit radio for like an artist. But are you asking me like right now, like in a year from now?
Yeah, in a year from now. Yeah.
Well, it's problematical because I should film like art films now. I produce art films, and it's like I probably will do something in the film world. I have 2 films I'm working on.
Film?
I'm working on 2 films right now. I've hit 5 so far.
What is an art film?
Art film is a film you go to like a gallery or museum to watch. You do not watch it at home. Basically, there's no way for you to like. I basically take lots of LCD monitors and I put them in portrait size, like 90 degrees, and I put them all over the room, and you walk around and you watch a film that's split into segments.
Oh, so it's like an experience.
It's an installation. Yeah, it's an experience. Yeah, it's an experience installation. So like stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna be focusing on that. I do want to make myself as an artist. Bez Vise wants to come out with some funky ass songs.
Really?
Yeah. You sing? Yeah, but like work with other singers. So
do you rap or like what?
No, I will be. So I have some songs in Spanish that I wrote, like completely just in Latin, like Spanish songs.
Really? You speak
Spanish? Yeah. I'm Spanish. Like I in Spanish, I want to come with some rap. I want to work with other artists. I want it to be stupid. I want it to be fun. You know, I have like Gary Vaynerchuk says, and like this author says right here. We all the common thing about successful people, they have no, and I'm becoming this thing. It was hard for me, but now I can do it. We have zero humility. I have no like. You cannot humiliate me, you know what I mean? There's nothing anybody can do or I can do that I'm going to wake up next day and go like, oh, I'm really sad that happened. Like, I will push harder than Rebecca Black if I'm going to come out. I will give you I will give you worse project than I'll be dumber than that. If I choose, if I think it's fun, if I think it's stupid and fun, and I want to kill YouTube, I'm going to come up with something really, really fun and stupid. And I'm gonna love it too. It's gonna be so fun to do, and I'm not gonna care about like what people, you know. But that's musically, you know, or maybe it's gonna be super cool and important. I don't know. I think the key. I was just DJing with my friend, and we were doing deep lounge house. And I didn't really like it. So like, there's also things like you as an artist, you don't even need to try. If you fall in love with what you're doing, like I love to play piano and sing.
Really?
Yeah, I do Spanish or
I want to hear you.
Yeah, I did a performance once. It was cool. I sold out the club or whatever, but it was cool. But like, I don't know. Right now, I'm really focused on the business. I want to grow. I want to understand what passive income is. I'm in real estate. I want to sell the buildings that I'm selling. I buy and sell buildings as well. Like I do a lot of I do a lot of shit. I really want to be successful at it. I want to like get everything to a point where I'm like happy with my business, happy with my passive income, and then I could do some art, and I'm not gonna worry about like production costs or what the results of the art is. I'm just gonna do it, you know what I mean, and run my Pro Tools, and hopefully everybody can just do a lot of TV, do a lot of media about it. Do my own show, have you on the show. I guess maybe.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna put your website, everything about you.
Definitely, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, bye.